Hello, hi all. So welcome to my channel again. Today we today we will be discussing an important topic for SAP PP module. Okay, and this is we are going to discuss procurement types. So what exactly this procurement type means and how it is important, how it is important not just in the PP module but has a integration role to play in SD and MM as well. So uh, we are going to discuss this procurement type in detail. The PP module is our production planning, okay, and it will come into this module, the major configurations and the changes that we are going to see. Okay, so what we are going to discuss about this, we are going to cover what exactly is procurement type means. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Also, it is called as the procurement indicator. So many of you already knowing with this name. Okay, this is an important indicator that is relevant for various modules like SD, MM, PP, GTS as well. Okay, so we are going to understand this procurement type. Okay, we will also see what it is a special procurement indicator. Okay, we are going to see where exactly this field you can find in SAP. Okay, that we are going to check, and some basic configuration we are going to check for this. Standard configuration. Okay, so a standard configuration, we can achieve many things from a standard configuration. We don't need to every time think about customization. Okay, so you need to know this configuration so that you can plan. So before that, before moving into our sessions, uh, uh, this is my channel. YouTube channel name is with Manit Kumar. This is my Telegram link. Okay, and this is the email ID. If you have any mm, any guidance that required for training perspective, you can drop me a mail. Please subscribe my channel if you're liking my videos. I will be keep posting various SAP concepts on various modules. Okay, those who have already subscribed, many thanks to them, and for liking this channel. And definitely I will going to post more videos which is going to be helpful in your career, in your SAP career. Okay, so let's start our discussion. So what exactly this procurement type means? So procurement type is, this indicator is going to tell you whether the materials which the company is using is manufactured, where exactly it is getting manufactured. Okay, so how it is getting produced. Okay, like it is in the PP module. So it will tell you about the production activity of this material. Okay, so whether it is a in-house production, like the company is manufacturing this product or this material by in its own plant, in its own company, or it is an external production or procurement. Okay, that is it is taking from some external vendor, or it can be a mixed type. That is, it is requiring both. Some of the raw materials that you are using for manufacturing the product are a part of your own company, and some of them you are getting it from an external vendor. So mixed is both in-house as well as external. We also have no procurement. Okay, so some of the companies like Flipkart and Amazon and all those services are not having their own plans. They are just selling the products of a different company. Okay, they are selling the phones, then it is manufactured by Samsung, it is a Samsung phone or Motorola phone, so they don't have any such plans, so there is no such procurement is happening. Okay, but they are selling those products. So in that case, we will require this no procurement indicator. Okay, so we are clear with this procurement, what exactly this procurement type is going to indicate, how your material is getting produced in your company. Okay, are you producing it internally, externally, or both, mixed type, or it is not produced, not procured. Okay, where exactly you will find and where you will see this in SAP. So the easiest thing, you have already seen, many of people have already familiar with MM03 screens, and in MRP2 you are going to find this procurement indicator. Let me show you quickly. So whenever I am going to create a product, okay, you have to use MM01, you have to put the industry sector, and the industry sector is going to tell you about which is your company, what is the sector of your company, chemical, manufacturing, electrical, anyone. So you can choose chemical. And then the material type is the one which is going to tell you whether it is a raw material or whether it is a semi finished product, whether it is a finished product. Okay, so we have FERT for finished products. Okay, if you don't know about much on this, you check with the concepts and you will get more clarity. I will be keep posting on videos on this as well. So finished product. So our company is a chemical company who is manufacturing a finished product. That means it may be taking some raw materials, or it may be uh, 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 taking it from vendor externally, or sometimes it can create it internally. Okay, internal in-house production. It is producing that material by its own plant. Okay, chemical plant. So these two you have to put it over here, and then you are going to see MRP2 tab. This tab you are going to find. You have to put the plant. Okay, okay. Let's put a demo material one. You have to put, this is the mandatory field, so you cannot leave it blank. You have to put it so that it will go to the MRP tab. So in MRP2 tab, it will ask you procurement indicator, procurement type. This is the indicator. Okay, these have four options like I mentioned, whether it is an in-house production, whether it is external product procurement, or it is a no procurement, or both, mixed type. Okay, that means it is both in-house and external. Okay, I can select that it is a external procurement. Okay, and through this means we are manufacturing this product with a external third party vendor. With the help of that vendor, we are procuring this type. If we choose mixed, okay, we can use some of the parts, some of the materials is manufactured, some of the components is manufactured for this product, which is a finished one, in-house, and some we are taking it from vendor. Okay, so we have another thing which you can see, a special procurement. Okay, so we have if you see what is a special procurement, so it is a sub level, you can see. So we have MRP, where in the material master we can see procurement type. It can be in-house, external, or both. Okay, and basic, when you choose the in-house production, you have again have a functionality of a special procurement, where you can mention that it is produced in our own plant or it is produced in another plant of our same company. Okay, that is in-house. So this special procurement is going to tell you it is a sub level, or it will tell you more clarity on the type of procurement you are doing. Okay, you need to choose the external procurement. You have the option like it is subcontracting, it is a stock transfer from another plant. So subcontracting is represented by 30. Okay, and a special procurement, where you are, suppose you are manufacturing a product, a leather shoe. Okay, but this you are manufacturing this shoe, but you have a contractor, a subcontractor. Okay, who is providing you the laces. Okay, the laces of this shoe. and then after the manufacturing of the shoes, you take the laces and then you combine these both items to make it a finished product, finally finished product. So this is what the subcontracting means. So you are going to take some other product and then combining it with your own product and make it a finally finished product which you can sell. Okay, no one will buy your shoe if you don't have providing the laces. Okay, so that is one example that you can think of. So similarly, you can see if I am going to choose internal production, and if I'm going to choose a subcontracting, it is going to throw me a error, that a warning message that it is a procurement type. Okay, specific is F. So this 30 is required only for generally for F, that we are going to externally produce, then only we are going to take the help of the contractor. If it is an in-house production, it makes no sense of having the contracting party, right? So that is one thing which we have seen. And now, okay, so we have covered where exactly you are going to check the procurement type. If every material, we have to define this indicator. That is very important. You have to tell the system how this material is actually getting produced. Okay, a specific procurement indicator, we have also given a brief idea about, at least a basic idea you get from a specific procurement, but you can read more things. It's very important from the interview perspective. Okay, and now we have seen that we have a provision to enter either E or either F. Okay, we can put as no procurement. Okay, it's a blank. Okay, so you can put both procurement types here. So we have this option here, right? uh, Now SAP configuration also allows you that SAP configuration allows you that the procurement type can be predefined using the material type. What this statement means, okay, this will be more familiar with the BP guys, but yeah, what this statement means, the procurement type can be predefined using the material types. That this we can config through the material type setting. Okay, let me show you, and then you will be able to understand, and then I will provide you a business case example where exactly it can be used. So what I will do, I'm using the material type as FERT. Okay, I'm using this material type as FERT, my finished product. So remember the material type, I have written it over here. The procurement type can be predefined using the material type. So what is my material type? Which is FERT, finished product. Okay, so you have to go into the configuration. Okay, and then you have to go into the logistic general. You have to go into material master. Okay, and then you have the basic settings, the material types. So we have to define the attributes of material types. You can select this, and you will find one a specific scene setting here, which I am going to discuss today. You have to click select, and then you have to show the details. So we are going to cover this one. So internal and external purchase order. So right now it is providing me an option where I can select this at a material type level directly. So material type, I can use that external purchase order are allowed. That means you can go for external procurement with any vendor. Okay, external purchase order is allowed, but warning issued. Okay, so sometimes there is a need, it is produced in-house, but there is a need of doing asking a purchase order, so it will be allowed, but a warning will be triggered that hey, you are creating a purchase order for external procurement, but this material that is you are going to use is internal one. Okay, because in the MM03 setting you have maintained add as the internal. So you will get that. If you don't want that, I don't want my external procurement for this type of material. So whenever the type of material I am specifying, like FERT, so in this, I don't want the system to give me an option so that I can select external. It will always give you option, predefined options of internal. So what you can do, you can put over here, no external purchase order allow. When you do that and save it, let's see what happened. Now I am going to create the material again for the same combination. Okay. I'm choosing this MRP2, which I am right now interested in. Okay, you can put this mandatory fields and then MRP2. So you can see the automatically the procurement type is determined by the system and it is also grayed out. You cannot change it because what you have done, you have made that settings in the FERT type itself, like any materials with having material type as finished product. I am not going to allow any such external procurement. So it has already chosen that procurement type will be always E. That means your internal in-house production. If you want to choose, you will not be able to choose it. Okay, that is an important setting. Okay, so suppose your company, so if you remember earlier last time when we are creating the material, we have an option to change here, right? It was like other fields, it is not graded out. It was giving me an option to select either of these four, okay, any of these four parameters. But now it is just graded out with showing me that it is always be a in-house production. So many of times you will see the company will ask you, okay, the company have a requirement, have such requirements, like they are selling certain products which they always producing internally in their own plants. Getting me? So they are restricting that it should not provide me an exam is it should not be in the system that anyone should select external procurement. Okay, it wants to restrict that. So you can do the setting. You have to define your custom material type. Okay, suppose Z. Okay, and Zchem is a chemical product. So Zchem, you have defined a material type, and once you define this material type in the attribute section, which I have shown you here, remember the path. Okay, so you have to go into the SPRO, you have to go into IMG. Okay, in the configuration you will find it in the logistic general. You will go and check it over here, material master, because this is a setting that is applicable to the material masters. And then we have basic setting, we have material types over here, and then we have attributes. So we are going to define one attribute, material type, a new material type, and Z1. Okay, this one. And in that attribute section, we are going to, what we are going to do, we are going to select this option as 0. That is no external purchase order allowed. Okay. Similarly, if you want, let's see if I am selecting it back, and what I have the another option that internal purchase order is not allowed. So in-house production will be restricted. If I select this, okay, and save it, okay, and I am going to create a material this time with the same combination. Okay, So I am getting this procurement type automatically as F, that it should not be an in-house production. It has to be always external procurement. Okay. So this type of setting we can do through the configurations and can meet the company requirement. Okay. Remember, just not make this in the standard types. You have to define a Z type, and then you are going to change that attributes and make this setting applicable as per your company demand. Okay. So this is the important configuration that you need to know. A special procurement you understand, and the fields where exactly you are seeing. If these settings are not done at a material level, that is why I have written the procurement type can be predefined. It is predefined here. You can see F. Okay, you don't have that option to change it over here. So it is predefined using the material types, and that is an important statement that someone asked in the interview, can ask you, like whether I can restrict the changing of my procurement indicator in the material field. Yes, we can do. And how we can do? Using the material type option. So we can restrict that change to happen at the material level, MM03 level, using the material type configuration. And this is the configuration you need to remember, and it is going to help you a lot in your client, with your client or the companies which you are working on. Hope you have liked the videos, and definitely it is going to help you. And please subscribe my channel. I will be keep posting more videos, and please post the comments as well. Let me know in the comments if you want any such a specific scenarios or a specific videos. I will try to post it with my other trainers, and uh, that will going to help you. And keep sharing my videos. Thank you so much. Bye bye.